SPF, DKIM, and DMARC, the three musketeers of email security. Imagine a world where anyone could send an email pretending to be your bank, your boss, or worse, your grandmother asking for money because she's stuck in Paris without her purse. Scary, right? Well, without SPF, DKIM, and DMARC, that's exactly what happens. These three email security protocols work together like the three musketeers, protecting you from cyber criminals who want to impersonate trusted senders. Without them, the internet would be an absolute wild west of email fraud. SPF, DKIM, and DMARC are email authentication protocols designed to prevent email spoofing, phishing, and spam. They help verify whether an email actually comes from the domain it claims to be from. Now, let's meet our heroes. 1. SPF or Sender Policy Framework. Imagine you have a VIP guest list for an exclusive party. Only those on the list can enter, and anyone else is turned away. That is SPF for email servers. SPF is a DNS or domain name system record that tells receiving mail servers which email servers are authorized to send emails on behalf of a domain. SPF has a guest list of approved email servers that are allowed to send emails on behalf of a domain. If an email comes from an unauthorized source, SPF tells the recipient's server, "This sender isn't on the list, don't let them in." How it works. The domain owner publishes a list of authorized mail servers in their DNS records. When an email arrives, the recipient's server checks if it came from an approved source. If it didn't, it's flagged as suspicious or outright rejected. For example, a company such as Netflix publishes an SPF record listing its approved mail servers. When an email claiming to be from Netflix.com arrives, the recipient's server checks if it came from an authorized sender. If it's not on the list, the email may be rejected or marked as suspicious. Who uses it? Big tech companies such as Google, Microsoft, Amazon, banks and financial institutions, and large enterprises with high email volumes. Who often ignores it? Small businesses unfamiliar with email security, personal domains that don't send many emails, and cyber criminals for obvious reasons. Without SPF, anyone can send an email pretending to be your bank, your CEO, or even Amazon telling you your order is delayed, but first enter your password. Spammers and phishers love domains without SPF because it makes impersonation a breeze. 2. DKIM or Domain Keys Identified Mail. DKIM is like a digital wax seal on a letter. If the seal is broken, you know someone tampered with it. DKIM adds a cryptographic signature to emails, verifying that they haven't been altered during transmission. DKIM is the security hologram on your credit card, a digital signature proving the email is legit and hasn't been tampered with. How it works, the sender's mail server attaches a DKIM signature or a unique hash to outgoing emails. The receiving mail server retrieves the public DKIM key from the sender's DNS records and verifies the signature. If the email was modified, the DKIM check fails and the email is flagged as suspicious. If the signature matches, the email is authentic. Who uses it? Email providers, e-commerce platforms, and government agencies sending official emails. Who often ignores it? Smaller organizations without IT expertise and companies using third-party email services without proper configuration. Without DKIM, attackers can alter legitimate emails in transit. Imagine receiving a real invoice from your supplier, but with the bank details secretly changed to a hacker's account. You wire the money, and poof, it's gone. 3. DMARC or Domain-Based Message Authentication, Reporting, and Conformance. SPF and DKIM do their jobs well, but they don't communicate with each other. That's where DMARC steps in. Think of DMARC as the chief security officer, setting strict email rules and telling email servers what to do when SPF and DKIM fail. How it works, the domain owner sets a DMARC policy in DNS, choosing one of three actions. First is none, just monitor and report, or no blocking. Second is quarantine, send suspicious emails to spam. And third is reject, block fraudulent emails outright. The receiving mail server checks if the email passes both SPF and DKIM. If it fails, the server follows the DMARC policy and reports the issue to the sender. DMARC also provides reports showing who's trying to send emails using your domain. Who uses it? Major email providers such as Google, Microsoft, Apple, large corporations protecting their brand, and governments to prevent phishing scams. Who often ignores it? Startups and small businesses unfamiliar with security protocols and lazy IT teams who never get around to setting it up. Without DMARC, cyber criminals can still spoof emails even if SPF and DKIM exist. Companies without DMARC often find their domains being misused for phishing attacks, harming their reputation and customer trust. Why do some companies ignore these? 1. Many small businesses don't know these protections exist. 2. Setting up SPF, DKIM, and DMARC requires DNS configuration, which some find intimidating. 3. Some companies use external providers but forget to configure authentication properly. Why you should care? Every time you receive an email from your bank, an online service, or a business, you should hope they're using SPF, DKIM, and DMARC. Without them, phishing emails would flood your inbox, and distinguishing real messages from fake ones would be nearly impossible. So, the next time you hear about these protocols, remember, they're the unsung heroes keeping your inbox safe from scammers. All for one, and one for all.